Hey guys, what is going on? This is Larknok 1/AKW Addict, and today you shall be watching a 12-0 shared stock on Precipice against some nubs whilst rocking out on the SPAS and USP classic double ballistics. First things first, I'd like to welcome the two new groups of people who recently subbed to my channel. First, them folks over from TNN, and secondly, the guys over from Convoy's channel. Once again, I'd like to thank Convoy for getting my name out there. He's easily the nicest and most charitable guy in the Wii community. You know, Convoy's basically the Bill Gates of the Wii YouTube community, and we all love him for it. Anyways, now that that's out of the way, what I'm going to be talking about today is something every teenager in the US goes through, and for most people, it's a large freedom they look forward to, and that is, of course, getting your driver's license. So the way it works, in the place where I live at least, is that you can pick up a learner's permit to drive on your 16th birthday upon taking and completing the permit test, which is a test comprising of 25 questions regarding the driving safety and abiding by most driving laws wherever you live. Then 6 months later, and then after taking 30 hours of driver's education, having 40 hours of practice driving, along with 12 hours of driving with a class instructor, can you then, only then, pick up a junior driver's license, which has a few restrictions on it that the normal driver's license for adults 18 and up does not have. For example, your license has a curfew if it's a junior's license, and you can't drive people under the age of 18 unless you're with someone 21 years or older. So, all of that considered, it's a very strenuous program to ensure that teen drivers are all prepared for driving and get a lot of practice in so as to avoid accidents later in life. The only problem for me is most teen drivers take driver's ed and get their permits as soon as physically possible. They take driver's ed in sophomore year of high school and then get their permit the day they turn 16. My case is a tad complicated. I'm going into senior year of high school. Sophomore and junior year were hella difficult for me, so I haven't taken driver's ed. I'm a little over 17 and a half, and I only got my permit 2 weeks ago. And I had to self-teach myself the entire driver's manual, all 140 pages of it, for my permit test. Anyways, as you can tell by my age and lack of driver's ed, that poses a problem. It's technically impossible for me to get a junior's driver's license due to never taking driver's ed, and yet I'm only about 5.5 months from my 18th birthday. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm just going to wait until then and get my actual driver's license, and just skip over the junior's license. Anyways, now that I've got that whole system out of the way, some of you are probably wondering why I put driver's ed off for so long. This is probably one of the cases where I'd consider myself abnormal for a teenager. But I don't really want to drive. See, that sounds weird, and I get that it's an incredibly important skill that you have to learn at a young age. But at the same time, it's a highly dangerous form of transportation that results in something like 5,000 to 10,000 teen deaths every single year in the US. And here's the scary part. Only about 15% of them, 15% of them, are alcohol-related incidents. I'll be honest, that scares the living shit out of me. On top of the fact that I'm a massive homebody and an introvert, I don't really need driving for all that much. In fact, the only thing I imagine will come of it at first is having to run driving errands for my parents, not something I particularly look forward to. So that's basically just my case. I'm sure it's different for a lot of other people. Like, for example, if you want to get away from your parents and go to a party somewhat far away, or you just want to get fast food at a drive-in for your school lunch period, all of that makes perfect sense to me. But it's not something that I personally have ever been interested in. But I do get why other people want to do that. That's pretty much it for today's commentary, guys. So right now, actually at the end of this video, I'll be putting up the names of everyone that is currently getting their name on my t-shirt. That will be coming out soon enough. If you have no clue what I'm talking about, please see my last video. And if you don't see your name up here, but want it on the t-shirt to remember you were part of this community, even if you're a new guy, leave the name you want on the shirt down in the comments. Also, if you're a new guy, I suggest going back a ways into my video archive and digging up all my old C2 videos. It'll get you rightly accustomed to this channel. Anyways, guys, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, like it up. Only helps this channel grow. Comment if you got anything to talk about. Subscribe for more. And as always, guys, peace!